Gross domestic product is treated like a scoreboard for nations. When GDP rises, politicians celebrate, markets cheer, and headlines declare success. When it falls, panic follows. But here's the uncomfortable truth. GDP was never meant to measure prosperity. It was designed to count production. And in today's world, that distinction matters more than ever. GDP was created in the 1930s during the Great Depression to help governments understand industrial output. At the time, economies were simpler. You produced goods, you sold them, and money changed hands. Counting transactions made sense. But the modern economy doesn't work like that anymore. Take digital goods. Every day, billions of people use search engines, social media, maps, streaming platforms, and online education for free. These services create enormous value, yet because no money changes hands, GDP barely notices them. If a free app replaces a paid service, GDP can actually shrink even, though people are clearly better off. Then there's unpaid labor. Cooking, cleaning, childcare, elder care work that keeps society functioning. None of it appears in GDP. If a parent stays home to raise a child, GDP sees nothing. If that same parent hires a nanny, GDP suddenly rises. The work didn't change, only the transaction did. Environmental damage creates one of GDP's most dangerous illusions. When forests are cut down, oil spills cleaned up, or pollution treated, GDP increases. Destruction is recorded as growth. Repairing damage boosts the numbers, while preserving nature often does not. GDP rewards short-term extraction, not long-term sustainability. GDP also struggles with inequality. An economy can grow rapidly while most people feel poorer. If wealth concentrates at the top, GDP still rises. It doesn't ask who benefits, doesn't measure financial stress, job insecurity, rising debt, or declining quality of life. Growth and well-being are not the same thing. Even worse, GDP ignores trust, health, stability, and social cohesion factors that history shows are essential for lasting prosperity. Economies don't collapse because output disappears overnight. They collapse when trust erodes, institutions fail, and incentives reward the wrong behavior. None of this means GDP is useless. It tells us something, but the danger comes from treating it as everything. When policymakers chase GDP growth at all costs, they risk sacrificing long-term stability for short-term numbers. History teaches us that civilizations don't fall because they stop producing. They fall because they misunderstand what truly sustains prosperity. Wealth is not just output. It's resilience, balance, trust, and purpose. GDP measures what is easy to count, not what truly counts. And until we recognize its blind spots, we may keep mistaking growth for progress right up until the system breaks. Understanding this isn't just economics, it's protection. Because history doesn't repeat, but it always punishes those who fail to learn. If you liked this video and want more deep insights into money, power, and economic history, make sure to like, share, and subscribe to the channel.